Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the government scheme session. The scheme that we are covering today, this has been asked from one of our students to make a particular lecture on it. So the scheme that we are covering today, it is National Action Plan for Mechanized Sanitation Ecosystem, and in short it is known as Namaste. So we will be addressing this scheme as Namaste only, but you do have to remember the full form because these kind of questions can be asked in examination, and in fact in any examination which you are preparing for, there are questions from scheme, and this is one type that can be asked. So again, what is Namaste? It is the National Action Plan for Mechanized Sanitation Ecosystem. So let's understand in detail what does this mechanize. So we are talking about machinery, right? Sanitation and ecosystem. So what are these? We are going to understand in this lecture all things that are important from examination point of view. But before that, there is a surprise for all the aspirants who are preparing for central regulatory bodies. So you all must be having various doubt when you want to prepare for the examination. For example, we have NABARD, we have RBI, or per se SEBI. So what are these doubts? First of all, what is the role of the organization that you are preparing for, right? Apart from that, how to enter the organization, what is the eligibility criteria, what is the previous year cutoff trend, what is the syllabus of the examination, and are you eligible your age wise, your academic qualification wise or not, right? So all these queries have been resolved in this guidebook in a very comprehensive manner. I'll show you the one that is for RBI, the key to success to be a RBI manager. In this guidebook, everything is being provided in the detailed manner, starting from the organization itself, about RBI, about its role in Indian economy, and what is the hierarchy that is followed, and your role when you join it as grade B manager. After that, how to approach the organization, so how the entrance examination is conducted, so what are the previous trend, what is the syllabus, everything has been mentioned in a detailed manner so that you do not have any questions left and you can prepare for your examination without any confusion. And similarly, for the ones who are preparing for here we have for EPFO, we have similar for SEBI also, and here this is for NABARD. Everything you can find, and the link to download these guide in the form of ebook. The link, it is present in your description box, so do take that opportunity. So now let's start with the session and see, when we're talking about Namaste, we are talking about mechanized environment for sanitation ecosystem, okay, for the sanitation workers. See, although this manual scavenging has legally banned in India, but the practice it is still followed, right? What could be the reason? See, first of all, poverty is the biggest reason for this, because people, they need money to survive, and because of poverty they do not have proper skill set, they are not educated, they do not have any proper skill set, so they do whatever work they are provided with, right? Apart from that, not only this is the sole reason for people to follow the manual scavenging, but apart from that, it is kind of the generational hierarchy that is going on among the manual scavengers, okay? So to tackle up with this problem, we are looking at that how central government it is focusing on such sectors, such section of the society which were ignored before, and that is why they have come up with this Namaste scheme, where we are talking about mechanizing this environment. And of course, when we are saying mechanizing, people still would be needed to operate those machines. So it is not like that we are completely eradicating manual scavenging, or you can say we are completely eradicating the labors from this ecosystem. They would be gradually eradicated, but while giving them some another skill opportunities, okay? So this scheme is all about that, and here government has recently 22 only has launched this scheme. So now let's look at all the important dimension of this scheme in a comprehensive manner. We'll start with the launch year. So this scheme has been launched this year only in 2022, and this falls under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Here we have to look at that. If we talk about who is the head or who is the nodal ministry of this, it is Social Justice and Empowerment only, but this scheme will, along with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, will work on this, okay? So what does it mean? It means that this scheme, it is a joint initiative of Ministry of Social Empowerment. Why is this included? Because whenever a particular section of the society is being taken care of, it comes under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. This is not just social empowerment, it is social justice and Empowerment and the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, because see, usually this manual scavenging, it has been observed in the the urban areas only, and that is why we have these two will come up for the welfare of the sanitation workers. Now who will be the implementing agency? So this is an initiative under them, but there is an implementing agency as well, and the name of it is National Safai Karmachari Financial Development Corporation. Okay, I hope this is clear till now, and this is something that you have to remember. There is nothing to explain in this. Now talking about total outlay, so total outlay it is 360 crore for now, that is for the time period of 22-23 to 24-25-26. So this is for 4 years. The total outlay has been designed, that is rupees 360 crore. Okay, now let's move ahead and look at the aim. So there are three major portions section that will be taken care under this. The first one says to ensure the sanitation workers safety. In the previous picture also we have observed that how they are just jumping into those ditches and cleaning up the stuff. So of course they are in direct contact with that fecal matter, and it is very hazardous for them. Okay, it can kill them also. That is why here we have to ensure under Namaste scheme that these sanitation workers are safe. We have to take care of the safety under the scheme and dignity in urban India, providing sustainable livelihood and enhancing their occupational safety. So here we are saying, first there are three different aims. In first aim we are saying that who are already involved in this particular work or the ecosystem, we have to take care of their safety. And how can we do so? By providing them with equipments, maybe a PPE kit, so that they are not in direct contact with the fecal matter, with proper mask, with proper gloves, with other machines that can be utilized, so that there is no direct contact between the dirt or the fecal matter and the labor. Okay, so first of all we are talking about their safety, and also we are talking about capacity building, because see, it happens, everything it requires skill, right? So even if the people who are engaged with this sanitation work, they also require proper skills to perform that task or execute that task. Okay, so along with taking care of the physical safety, here we are also talking about skill development, so that they can do their work and they are not harmed with it, and improved access to safety gear and machines. Okay, so first aim under Namaste scheme is for the people who are already engaged under this. Second is to provide access to alternative livelihood support. What does it mean? Because see, here we are talking about intergenerationality. Okay, intergeneration work which is going on, and if the person wants to move out of this field but he cannot because of poverty, because of no skill for some other task, for them the government, they will provide some alternative livelihood support also. Okay, so this is the second thing, that the second aim under Namaste. And the third one is to bring a behavioral change among the citizen towards sanitation worker and enhance demand for safe sanitation services. Okay, so awareness will be created among citizens also, so that they have a behavioral change, because usually people look down to them, right? So to improve their behavior, this Namaste scheme will work. And also here the people will be aware to always ask for safe sanitation service, because if the consumer will ask for safe sanitation service, the provider has to provide with that particular condition, right? So that is why it is the responsibility of citizen also to take care of these things, so that work can be done for the laborers, or the laborers, they are motivated themselves to go to the government and ask them for the proper skill set and the equipments and everything. Okay, so these three are aim. Now let's talk about objective. So the objective of the scheme first is zero fatalities in sanitation work in India, because in sanitation work the labor, they deal with the fecal matter, the hazardous metal that can, and which have bacteria, viruses, such microorganism that can affect and cause many diseases to the labor, right? So the first aim or objective under Namaste is to have zero fatalities in sanitation work. Second is all sanitation work is performed by skilled laborers. Okay, so whoever is doing the work, they should be properly skilled. Apart from that, no sanitation worker come in direct contact with human fecal matter. So here we are talking about the equipments and the gears that can be used by the sanitation workers. Apart from that, we have all sewer and septic tank sanitation workers have access to alternative livelihood. So this we have talked about. They will will be skilled, trained. If they want to move out of this occupation, they will be supported by the government. Next is strengthen supervisory and monitoring system at national, state and ULB, that is your urban local bodies level, to ensure enforcement and monitoring of safe sanitation work. Because as I said before, manual scavenging has been banned in India legally, but still it is being followed, right? So here we are talking about strict supervision and monitoring, that whatever steps that have been said under Namaste, are they being followed properly or not. So for that, there are at every level, there have been the department that has been formed at national level, then we have at state level, and then we have at the city level also. And the officers, they can be of Swachh Bharat Mission, Amrut or ULB, any can be the officer who will be take care at the different level. Okay. Next, we have increased awareness among sanitation service seekers, individual and institution, to seek services from registered and skilled sanitation worker. This again is talks about the third point that we discussed under AIM, and that is I'm not repeating it again, but I hope that would be clear. If not, you can ask in the comment section, I'll reply. Sanitation workers are collectivized into self-help groups and empowered to run sanitation enterprises. So here usually right now it is some kind of a freelancing work, okay, this sanitation working. So here they will be motivated to form self-help groups so that they can have a proper enterprise that can either sell the sanitation equipments or gear that are there, or if not that, they have a proper organization, the formal organization from which the customer, they can just go and ask for the services. Okay, so they will be promoted for that. Next is about the key features. So here first of all, 500 cities, this particular Namaste will be first implemented in this 500 cities. Who will be the Amrut cities will be taken up under this phase Namaste. The list of cities will be notified. Okay, so it's not notified yet, but they will be of Amrut cities only. And Amrut, we have we have covered it separately. If you want to look at, I'll add the link in the description box below. But of course, Amrut is related to the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, and this is in line with what is expected in the Namaste. That is why we'll select Amrut cities only. And Amrut is basically the rejuvenation of the urban transformation. So we have to urban area, we have to rejuvenate them. In detail, you can find in the other video the link I'll add in the description box. Next, Namaste envisage identifying the workers with a focus on the informal workforce. What does it mean? Formal means they are properly, because see, in formal system all the rules and regulation of government are followed, but in informal workforce they are not followed, they are not treated properly, they are not paid the wages that they deserve, right? So everything under Namaste, the informal workforce will be targeted so that they can be aware about their rights and how to improve their capacity building, who are engaged in hazardous cleaning operations. Then saturation with social security scheme benefit. So whoever these sanitation workers who will be identified under Namaste, they would then be provided and be aware and linked to other social security scheme as well. We have Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, we have apart from that whatever the other schemes that we are, Atal Pension Yojana, etc., all will be, these workers, they will be aware and will be linked under that also. Okay, apart from that, they will be helped under the Jan Arogya Yojana also. Okay, so this is the aim of the government under this. Now how will the financial assistance will be provided? Okay, see, I have said before that the people, they will be encouraged for establishing their own enterprise. One thing I said about that when we were discussing this before, and I also said that they will be encouraged to opt for other occupation also. So for that, if they want to have their own enterprise, be it in sanitation only or be it outside the sanitation, they would be requiring some money, right? So for that, government have set some interest rate also that can be taken from the banks as against the loan that will take, and also some subsidy that will be provided by the center government. Okay, so first of all, we will look at the rate of interest that is chargeable for the beneficiaries under the scheme. So see, if the project cost, it is somewhere up to your 1 lakh rupees, then in up to 1 lakh, so for that rate of interest is 5% that should be charged by banks, and 4% for the women beneficiaries, and if it is above 1 lakh, then 6% rate of interest per annum will be charged. Okay, but But what if the bank they are charging more than this? So in such cases, if the bank they are charging over and above the rate of interest that is prescribed by the central government, in such cases what will happen? The interest subvention is admissible. Okay, what is this interest subvention? Basically, what does it mean? If the rate of interest it is more than what has been described by the government, that more than the amount that is more than this one, that will be paid by the, or that will be helped by the central government to pay. Okay, this is known as interest subvention, the help that the central government they provide in giving the rate of interest to the banks. Okay, so if the rate, for example, if some bank is charging 7%, but it says that up to 5% can be charged, so this 2% will be given by whom? That will be as a interest subvention will be given by the central government. Okay, I hope that is clear. And there's one more thing, the repayment period has also been mentioned. So in case of the maximum moratorium, repayment period, including the moratorium period of up to 6 months, maybe 5 years, in such cases where the costing is up to 5 lakh. What is moratorium period? It is the time gap that has been given to the customer, so that, because it's not like that, no, they just take the loan and immediately they have to pay it, because they have taken loan, they do not have money, they need some time so that they can earn the profit and then give it back, right? So that is why this moratorium period is given, some time period is given where the person do not have to pay back to the bank. And here it can be up to 5 years if the costing is 5 lakh, and here this 6 months it is included in 5 years only, and up to 7 years if the costing it is above 5 lakh. Okay, so I hope this is clear. In 7 lakh also the moratorium period will be 6 months only, but here the amount is above 5 lakh, and that is why the time limit has been increased. So this is, we talked about the interest. Now if we talk about the capital subsidy, subsidy is the financial help that is provided by the central government so that they can buy the costly stuffs. So here we are talking about range of projects. So here we have looked at 5 lakh up to 5 lakh, up to 5 lakh to 15 lakh, and for group projects as well. So for that, the capital subsidy that will be provided by the central government, it is 50% of the project cost up to 5 lakh. Okay, the range of project cost. Okay, so if the project cost is 5 lakh, 50% of project cost will be given by the central government. Then we have for 5 lakh to 15, we have 2.5 lakh plus 25% of the remaining project cost. Then after that, for the group projects, it is same as admissible to individual, maximum 3.75 per beneficiaries. Okay, so this was the financial assistance, and this is all about the Namaste scheme that you have to remember. So if you liked the video, comment it down what you liked, what improvement can be done, what scheme you want me to cover. And if you are new to our channel, kindly subscribe to it, and the PDF of this lecture you can find in the Telegram channel. The link of it is given in the description box below. So that is all in this video. If you have any doubt, any query, you can always write to us, you can always call to us, you can drop a mail and visit our website. And if you want me to cover any scheme, do let me know. I have noted down the list of some of the schemes that you have asked me to make. I'll make them one by one, but if you want me to make more, comment it down. So that is all in this video. We'll meet again in the next one. Until then, all the very best for examination, and thank you.